my channel. If you're new here, welcome to the family. Please subscribe if you have not already. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a demo and review on the Chentare brushes. Now this was recently sent to me in a PR package, and I'm super excited to try these brushes out. It is a South African local brand, which is super exciting, and I hope I'm saying the name right. Chentare. Hope I'm not butchering that. So yeah, these are the brushes that I was sent. So I was sent a contouring brush, which I've used already. I just could not help myself. I have a blending brush and a flat petal foundation brush, as well as like an angled rounded top buffing brush. So I'm really excited to try these brushes out, and yeah, let's get into the video. So let's quickly go over the brush. So the handles are actually matte black with the signage at the bottom, and then the ferrule part is actually shiny metal, which is quite nice. And then the bristles are very soft, so I'm super excited to try this out. And yeah, I mean, holding it in your hand, it definitely feels very luxurious, very like high-end, very expensive. So yeah, I'm really excited to try out these brushes. If you guys were wondering, I believe these three face brushes are 100 Rand each. So these are 100 Rand each, and this eye brush is 80 Rand. So they're not badly priced. They're very close to drugstore pricing. Very close. So let's get into the video. So on a day-to-day basis, I prefer to use a flat top foundation brush to kind of buff in my primer, but I'm going to use this one today to apply my foundation. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to be taking my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation in the shade NC45, and I am going to work my face in sections. So I'm not going to plaster it all over my face and then go back in and blend it in. I am going to blend this into my skin section by section. So I'm going to do my cheeks and then move on to the rest of my face. So I just zoomed you guys in so you guys can see how the application of this brush is. Some people prefer to use a brush like this to apply foundation on a day-to-day basis. It's all your preference really. With flat foundation brushes like these, you need to work with a little product at a time, because if you work with a whole bunch of product at the same time, it can tend to build up within the brush, and then it causes all the fibers to like kind of stick together, and that causes your foundation to look very streaky. So you've gotta work a little at a time. So as you guys can see, it's blended out the foundation quite well. I have no complaints about it. Okay, so next for concealer, I'm going to be taking my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Medium Beige, and I'm going to be highlighting my face. So next I'm going to go in with the buffing brush and just buff in the areas of my face where I've highlighted. So far, so good. Okay, now let's see how it works under the eyes. So far I'm really impressed with this brush. It blended out quite well, even though it is quite big. It kind of, this top angled part kind of got under the eye really nicely. So next I'm going to be taking some Ben Nye banana powder and just using this to set all the areas that we've highlighted. Okay, and then to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using my LA Girl Pro Face Powder in the shade Soft Honey, and I'm just going to lightly buff this onto my face. So for contouring powder, I'm going to be using the LA Girl pressed powder in the shade Chocolate to contour. So I'm going to pick up some product on this brush, tap off the excess, and start contouring. So I start at my contour line. Ooh, girl, can we see that right now? So what I like to do is just start going back and forth, and then I'll kind of work my way upwards to kind of blend the contour out, if that makes sense. So you guys can see, really nice strong contour. And then I also start like in the hairline, and then I'll just blend the product out. What's really nice about this brush is that it has really precise corners and edges, so you can definitely use the corners of the brush to contour and chisel out the sides of your nose, and also, you know, sculpt your nose, which is fantastic. So moving on to the last and final brush, and this is the dome brush. I'm gonna take more of that chocolate pressed powder, and I'm going to dust this back and forth into my crease and use this as my transition shade. So my first impressions of this brush is that it is super soft and it literally blends like butter. Okay, so for blush, I'm gonna go in with this Essence blush and take the same buffing brush and just lightly put this onto my cheeks. Wow, you guys, using a dense brush really amplifies the way the blush looks. Can you guys see that? Like, so next I'm going to be taking my So Hollywood highlighter by Anastasia Beverly Hills and just seeing how this dome brush packs on highlight. I'm also just going to highlight the bridge of my nose. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to highlight my cupid's bow and my chin. So for the tops of my cheeks, I'm going to take the foundation brush, dip it in some highlight, and see how well it packs on. It's okay, but let's see how this packs on the highlight. That is what I'm talking about, girl. That is what I'm talking about. So this is the flat foundation brush, which I really like. I think it's really nice. I'm gonna have to use this a few more times to kind of just make my mind up about it, because the thing with these kind of brushes is that after a few uses it can tend to hoard a lot of product, and therefore it kind of makes your application of foundation a little bit streaky. But in terms of using this to pack on your highlight, I would suggest totally skip that. Next, I'm going to be talking about the buffing brush, and this brush actually shocked me quite a bit because I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. I initially thought that it was a bit too dense and like it was going to make blending a nightmare, but let me tell you, man was I surprised. So this blended out foundation under the eye, or concealer rather, under the eye and the center of the face really well. Really got into that crevice. So I think that this will also be really awesome and bomb.com to buff foundation in. I will obviously keep you guys posted, and you guys will see me using these brushes a lot in upcoming tutorials. So I think that this is bomb. This is definitely bomb for packing on powder, setting your face. I wouldn't say that this is nice for setting your foundation because it does kind of like, it doesn't have as much slip as a more fluffier brush does, if that makes sense, because this brush is quite dense. If you want to pack on the powder foundation, this is definitely the brush for that purpose. Next is the contouring brush, and before I started this tutorial I knew I loved this brush from the get-go. It's really nice, small and petite. It gets really nicely into those areas. You can also use it to contour your nose. I used it to contour my nose today, and I am pleasantly surprised. If this is like my all-round go-to contouring brush, I'm in love, because for me personally some of the other contouring brushes are a bit too thick. So lastly is this eye fluffy dome brush, blending brush situation. I initially thought that because it was a lot more stiffer than my other blending brushes, that it was kind of going to be a bit difficult to pack on product and kind of blend into the crease. But as you guys can see, it blended quite well. I also use this to put just a little wash of color on my tear ducts and just highlight on the bridge of my nose, tip of my nose, cupid's bow and chin. And I have to say, you guys, I am so impressed with this brush. Check out my description box for more information in case I missed out anything in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, like my video, share with all of your friends and all that great stuff. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!